Breonna's Taylor killing is certainly a deep look into the powers that police have in this country. You can be at home sleeping. You weren't on the streets, you weren't in your car. In the safety of your home, you can be sleeping. Police kick your door off, come inside, shoot you, kill you, and nothing comes out of it. Do you see the powers that the cops have in this country? No. As a law-abiding citizen, what else is expected of you? You go to your job, you go home, you pay your taxes, you never in problems with anybody, and then this happens to you. It is what it is, and it's sad. No, a lot of people are amazed that none of the cops were charged in Kentucky. But in Kentucky, police are mini gods.
A new article from the Marshall Project examines the case's legal complexities for prosecutors. For more, I want to bring in Jamiles Lartey. He is a staff writer for the Marshall Project. Welcome, Jamiles. Great to have you with us. So, Jamiles, you write about a, quote, tangled legal doctrine that applies in Kentucky and 28 other states that has to do with self-defense, if I'm not mistaken. Can you untangle or explain that doctrine and how it appears to be at odds with the unique power police officers have?
Absolutely. So I think it's a good way to look at it is that police officers do have special laws that dictate their use of force when trying to arrest a suspect. There's also a ton of Supreme Court case law, most notably Tennessee v. Garner, which was where we get the fleeing felon rule. You can't shoot to kill someone who's running away and potentially about to get away from police. That dictate when it's appropriate for officers to use force to do the job of being a police officer. But when it comes to the use of force in self-defense, police officers have the same rights and privileges as anyone else in Kentucky and in 29 other states. And now that may sound good. A lot of police reform discourse in recent years has essentially centered around protesters' demand that police be held accountable in the same way that anyone else would be. But the issue here is that police have rights and indeed responsibilities on the order of their superior officers to do things like burst into someone's home at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, if you or I were to do that and someone were to assume that we were intruders and shoot us, we would be considered the aggressor under Kentucky state law, and we'd have no right to a self-defense claim. But police officers acting on a legally obtained warrant do have the right to do that. So you kind of create this legal stalemate where neither party can be determined to be the aggressor.
Can decide at what point is your life gonna be snuffed out. And we saw that happening in Breonna's case. They ultimately decide how you live and how you die. I did a video previously asking people, when you come in contact with law enforcement, be quiet, plead the fifth, don't have to talk, you have that right, and also to record them. Or if you're not in a position to record and you see somebody passing, ask them to record the interaction. And I ask them, be respectful, plead your fifth, and make sure that the interaction is being recorded. That's the best you can do. Now, in Breonna's case, nothing could be done because she was in the safety of her home. Let me say this again. Police have the authority and the right to do everything and anything to you, include taking your life. Be aware of that. And they can do that with apparently no reason and get away with it. They are indeed very, very, very powerful people. Now, in the Breonna's case, as you see, they weren't being charged and they're gonna get away scot-free. That is the Kentucky law. They have given their police the powers to do anything and everything that can possibly be done to you, and nothing can be done about it. That's just how they do it. There's a point that I want to touch on, and it's based on reports. It's been saying that the warrant was supposed to be for Breonna's ex-boyfriend, and they thought that was the house that he was living in. Certainly there was a lot of mess up, because if the police were gonna carry out a warrant, they could have possibly just verified that the guy was indeed living at that address. So we can assume that it is because of the ex-boyfriend then that had cost her life. And I beg of you, be careful who you associate with. Be careful of your friends. Be careful of the relationships that you're in. Try to walk upright, and has nothing to do. If you have people that are breaking the law, break away, and you can't die by just the association, just by the people that you associate with. The police had no right to do what they do, or they'd have no right to take her life. But what you as a citizen can do is that make sure that whoever you're associated with is walking in the straight and narrow path. That's the only thing that I can see we can take away from this. Because it's gonna happen next year, next month, next 5 years, next 10 years. Will never go away. We have to accept that this is the way it is. Like I said, do you think is gonna come? Nothing is gonna come out of it. Who give the police these powers? When these mayors, when these cities are hiring these cops, they give them a mini God power. They can do anything and everything. Police did not just get up and get a gun and a badge. They were given this by the cities. So you think the city is gonna spend time and prosecute them after they've given them the power? Guys, wise up. Do not only record, but also watch the people around you. Watch the persons you associate with. This was a classic case of dying by association. Just that she had an ex-boyfriend that the police suspected that was doing something, or was carrying a search warrant on, and that cost her life, and almost cost the life of her boyfriend. And it is really sad. Just watch who you associate yourself with. Kindly subscribe, share, and like this video. And as usual, thank you for watching, and take care.